Alan Hewitt was born on January 21st, 1915, a time when the United States was still on the brink of entering World War I. His childhood years were spent in an era of great change, both socially and technologically. This early 20th century environment shaped much of his worldview and future career. From a young age, Hewitt demonstrated intellectual promise and a precocious curiosity about the world around him. His academic abilities were evident very early, and this would eventually lead him to one of the most respected educational institutions in the country. When Hewitt was only 15 years old, he accomplished something very few manage at such a young age. He entered Dartmouth College. Dartmouth, an Ivy League school in Hanover, New Hampshire, had long been regarded as a center for excellence in both classical education and forward-looking studies. For someone so young, attending Dartmouth was a remarkable achievement. It showed both his intellect and the trust that his family and mentors had in his abilities to thrive in a challenging environment. At Dartmouth, Hewitt pursued his studies with determination, and by 1934, he successfully completed his undergraduate education. Graduating college at only 19 years old was impressive, and it also positioned him to pursue his passions and professional goals at a younger age than most of his peers. It was around this time that his interest in the performing arts became more than a side pursuit. He had already been attracted to the stage, drawn by the unique combination of storytelling, performance, and the ability to connect with an audience. In 1934, the same year of his graduation, Hewitt became a member of the Actors Equity Association, AEA. Actors Equity was, and remains, the labor union representing American actors and stage managers in live theater. Becoming a member provided Hewitt with both recognition and protection within the theatrical world, opening doors for him to work more consistently on stage. His entry into equity at such a young age highlighted his early commitment to professional performance. Hewitt's dedication to his craft and to the rights of fellow performers did not stop at mere membership. By 1940, only 6 years after joining, he gained a position on the Actors Equity Council. This was no small feat. The council was responsible for guiding the union's policies, negotiating with producers, and ensuring that actors' rights were upheld. His presence on the council indicated that his peers respected his voice and trusted his leadership. For over a decade, from 1940 until 1951, Hewitt served on the council. During this period, American theater faced enormous changes. The Second World War disrupted productions, altered the audience landscape, and introduced challenges that no one had foreseen. Broadway itself had to adapt to rationing, shifting demographics, and the arrival of new technologies such as television, which began to compete for audiences. Hewitt was part of the decision-making body that helped Equity navigate these turbulent times. He also served on several committees, contributing his insights and advocating for fair treatment of performers. While his behind-the-scenes work in the theater community was important, Hewitt also continued to build his acting resume. He appeared on stage and screen, taking on a variety of roles that demonstrated his versatility. Like many actors of his generation, he transitioned between theater, film, and eventually television, adapting as the industry evolved. His steady presence as a character actor gave him a reputation as a reliable professional, the kind of actor directors could trust to bring depth and believability to a part. One of Hewitt's most memorable screen roles came in the 1960s. From 1964 to 1966, he portrayed Detective Bill Brennan in the hit sitcom My Favorite Martian. The show, starring Ray Walston as the Martian and Bill Bixby as the young reporter who discovers him, was a quirky science fiction comedy that captured the imagination of audiences. Hewitt's role as Detective Brennan added an element of authority and comic tension, as his character frequently found himself suspicious of the strange happenings that surrounded the Martian. His performance was steady, humorous, and gave the show an anchor of realism amidst its fantastical premise. Although My Favorite Martian ran for only 3 seasons, it left a cultural impact, and Hewitt's character contributed significantly to its charm. Viewers appreciated the way he balanced seriousness with humor, embodying the archetype of a skeptical yet good-natured lawman who found himself caught up in bizarre situations.